Hi, my name's Rob. I'm here with Buxton Mountain Rescue. As a mountaineering instructor as my day job, I guess it kind of makes sense that I'm one of those who's responsible for helping train other Crag members on our rope rescue stuff. That's kind of what I want to talk to you today about. Now, as you'd imagine, we've got a lot of rope, an awful lot of rope. This is a 50-metre one, comes in a pack like this, and we carry it up the hill to wherever we need it. And there's a small amount of Crag gear in there, as well as the rope, Carabiners, a figure of 8 descender and all that kind of stuff. But mainly, for our normal rescues at the top of a crag, then we're going to need more equipment than that. And that comes in one of these Crag packs. There's one of these on each of our 3 response vehicles, weighs about 10 kilos, which is enough. And luckily here in the Peak District, we don't have to carry it too far, generally. What's inside it? Well, let's have a look. A lot of the things inside will be familiar to climbers. So we've got things like slings. Yeah, quite a few of those for linking stuff together. Similar to that, we've got a daisy chain, which is essentially just a sling with sewn loops in it. Really good for linking stuff together, or maybe even just a steep crown rescue where we're not actually got somebody suspended in it. Other things that will be familiar to climbers, a lot of carabiners. Yeah, loads of those. Nice big gate openings so we can use them with gloves on in the winter. We've also got some hexes for sticking into the rock, set up an anchor. Lovely jingling cowbells, some smaller ones as well, some nuts and a nut key to remove them if we need them. Well, if you're using a rope, then perhaps you should always have a knife. So we've got a knife and some tough cut shears. Those will go through absolutely anything. Although we've got more in a separate bag on the vehicle, there's a short length of rigging rope here, and the rope that we use on mountain rescue is all static rope or semi-static rope, so it doesn't stretch. And we use that whether we're rigging at the top to make an anchor system, or whether we're actually lowering the stretcher or a rescuer down the crag. It's all semi-static rope. To go with that rope, we've got some rope protectors, the standard ones that you'd normally see perhaps if you're rigging up for climbing, and also a rigid one which is useful for edge protection as well if the rope's running over the top of it, so that's slightly different. Then we come on to some other sort of gear that we've got. We've got a load of Prussic Loops, which are just sort of different diameter rope, some thinner one there and some thicker ones there. They're just a rope loop that's tied together that allows us to grip the rope if we need to haul it. We'll generally try and use gravity to assist us in our rescues, so we'll take the rescuer down from the top to the crag fast casualty or the injured casualty, and then scoop them up, maybe give them some medical attention if they need it, and then use gravity to go down. But occasionally we'll have to raise that stretcher or that casualty up. So we'll use both the Prussics to help with that, and also some of these really heavy duty pulleys as well to rig up a sort of a 2-to-1 Z rig, and that allows us to haul up some pretty heavy loads. Other things we got in here, probably one of the most important things then, is we've got 2 of these. These are an ISC D4. Now ISC is a great British company, so this is designed and made in Wales. And in line with a lot of other rescue teams, for years we used climbing equipment to do rescues, latterly maybe rope access equipment to use rescues, and we made do. But this bit of kit is amazing. It's specifically designed for rescues. It can take an awful lot of weight, about 240 kilograms of weight, so we're very confident that we can have 2 people plus a stretcher on the end of this, so a rescuer and a casualty on a stretcher. This thing is easily going to take it. Now we've got 2 of them in the Crag Pack. As I mentioned before, on each of the 3 response vehicles there is one of these Crag Packs, but we've got 2 of these on here, and that's so that when we're doing a crag rescue we're always going to set up 2 ropes down. A little bit of redundancy there in case one rope fails for whatever reason. We've always got a backup, and we'll generally use that 2 rope system. We'll use these for lowering. It's nicely able to control that. Friction is really good on these even when it's fully loaded, and we'll also use it for raising as well because it's kind of got an auto brake on it as well. If you pull the lever too hard, there's a sort of a panic stop as well, so it's pretty much fail-safe, which can be really useful if you've not been using one of these for a while. Can't go wrong really. So an excellent bit of kit, super strong, specifically made for us, and we think they're excellent. Okay, what else have we got? Some rope gloves in here. Now most team members will have their own pair issued, but in case somebody forgets theirs, it can be really useful. There's ropes moving and we've got a bit of friction going on, so we've got some rope gloves. There's a chest harness in here. Now we've got specialist harnesses on the vehicles that we use for team members, but if we need to perhaps put a chest harness on a casualty or someone, then we've got a chest harness there just to supplement whatever else we're using to keep them attached to the rope. We've got some barrier tape here, really good for keeping small children and animals away. Now occasionally we'll ask members of the public to help us carry the stretcher, but when we're at the top of a crag trying to set up a rope rescue system, then it's useful to kind of demarcate the area that we want to keep clear. We try to be organised as well. We're a volunteer service, but we try and act as professionally as we can. So we try and be organised. We'll nominate someone who is what we call the Crag Manager or the Crag Officer, They generally will wear this sort of high-vis jacket, so they're identified not necessarily to members of the public, to members of the team. If we call a neighbouring team to help us, then we can see there's one focal point for someone being in charge. Yeah, so we'll try and keep things really organised. That's about it, really. So that's the Crag Pack, Buxton Mountain Rescue. That's what we use for our crag rescues. Now, if you like this video, please hit like below. That's going to really help us out with our fundraising on YouTube. And to look out for more updates on the Buxton Mountain Rescue channel, subscribe to us as well. Thanks very much.